Hello, my name is Kyla, and I am an artist and an illustrator. I think the most formative years of my art career were certainly when I was with Wiebe. I joined the School of Cartooning and Animation for Missions, and we would do contextualized animation to reach out to unreached people groups. And during that time, I really learned what my relationship with God and my art had to do with one another. So, I remember that we were learning about our identity. And as an artist, often our art identity can take highest precedent. But it became very clear to me very soon that to make God the highest identity, or I am a Christian, the highest identity, and putting art underneath that in its proper place was the wisest choice, because I could lose my eyesight or the use of my hands, or, I could stop being an artist, and then who would I be? I would still be a child of God, and I'll never lose him no matter what happens to me. So I think that has helped me look at my art as something that I can give to people, because I don't have to be precious with it. I don't have to cling to it so much. I can have freedom to give it freely. Not that that's always easy either, because I don't want to just become a yes man. But I'm not going to lose myself if I give my art to people. And if I use it as a servant to let other people's dreams become real. For example, right now I'm doing some children's books for authors who are not artists. And it's just really special to see them have their story or their project come to life because I was able to help them. And they would never have been able to do that just by themselves. So not saying that I'm super awesome or whatever, but just the function of unleashing somebody else's dream is pretty cool. I think that comes from putting art in its proper place under God. The next question, how do you see your art as a way of praising and worshiping God? I think that primarily, doing art helps me relate with God in kind of a neat way. When people wonder about why God made the earth or why he made history, to me, it's just totally simple, because he's an artist and he wanted to. It brought him a lot of pleasure to make something. And for him, it was worth the trouble of going through history and building the world in order to get to that final product where he will have made something perfectly beautiful. He will have blessed an audience, and we're part of the art, but we're also the viewers of the art of his creation, and also to communicate his own vision to the world in the end. That's, to me, I can see why he would want to do that. It would just be such a beautiful project to do. And also just another worshipful aspect is when you're drawing, it becomes very clear that you're not very good compared to the source material. So it humbles you. Everybody's art is a 2D clumsy representation of something that was made by God. And it just sort of is wow, if I can make this, but God made that oak leaf or that kitten or that child, and he understands it so much better than I do, even after I've really focused on it for a really long time. What an amazing creative God. Such a great artist to kind of copy and come alongside. Yeah, I guess I'll end with an encouragement for how do I deal with struggles. I think that since I've been an artist for a pretty long time, it's built a confidence of, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And that kind of helps me not notice opposition or people not understanding me, because now it's just normal. I just do it. So the more you do something, the more examples of why it's good that you did it exist. And it's sort of like when you build an altar or journal a good experience from your past, And then God can help you remember those things, and that will bolster your faith. It's kind of like that, but with art, like look at this history I have of doing art. It will keep going forward, even if I'm discouraged right now. This is just what I do. And I think my other main discouragement has been sometimes how is God going to provide for me, or how am I going to make enough money doing this art? But I think being a missionary really helped me wrap my head around that. I remember when I was going to Taiwan for the first time, I was really nervous about making enough money to be a missionary. And I asked God to speak to me about that. And at church that Sunday, the sermon was partially on, it was kind of on Mark 8. So that's when they go across the sea and then they feed a bunch of people. And the pastor highlighted this moment where Jesus was obviously really annoyed and frustrated with his followers. And Jesus said, "Why are you arguing about not having enough bread? Don't you know or understand even yet? Are your hearts too hard to take it in? You have eyes, can't you see? You have ears, can't you hear? Don't you remember anything at all?" And I was just like, okay, I got it. I'm sorry. I know that you've always provided for me. Because Jesus is just saying all of these questions over and over again. And I think that just kind of made me feel like, okay, I can never worry about this, because this is Jesus's answer to me wondering if I'll have enough bread. He's like, don't you even know me? I've always provided for you. So, shush. And I think that's a good word for all of us. It's almost insulting to God to wonder about if we're going to be provided for.